Good afternoon. We'll call the special meeting for Wednesday, October 9th, 2024 to order at 4 p.m. Ms. Olson, roll call, please.
Director Bankus? Here. Director Carey?
Here.
Director Hafley?
Here.
Director Jorgensen?
Here.
Director Malpacum?
Here.
Director Nelson?
Here.
Director Ott?
Here.
All seven board directors are here in person. Please, by the way, Superintendent Gall, just so I let the community know, Superintendent Gall is out of town to attend to a family matter, and we have Chief Resource Officer Dr. Brandon Comfort taking the role of Superintendent Gall and representing the district in today's meeting. Please join me. Welcome, Dr. Comfort. You are on the hot seat today. Please join me as we observe a moment of silence. Thank you. It is necessary to amend the agenda. Director Hafley, you are going to make the motion for that.
Yes, in accordance with Section 3, subsection J, approval of agenda as presented or amended in the Board Operating Procedures Manual, which states reordering items on the agenda requires approval of a single motion with a majority vote of the quorum present. I move that the Board of Education amends the agenda by moving item E1, Resolution 2025-09, the Colorado Springs School District 11 Health and Welfare Trust, from non-action to action due to the late communication from legal counsel regarding the need for the trust to be established by October 10th, 2024.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Director Bankus?
Aye.
Director Carey?
Aye.
Director Hafley?
Aye.
Director Jorgensen?
Aye.
Director Malpacum?
Aye.
Director Nelson?
Aye.
Director Ott?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The agenda has been amended as presented. Director Jorgensen, can you please make the motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
Yes, I move that the Board of Education adopts the agenda as amended. Resolution 2025-09, the Colorado Springs School District 11 Health and Welfare Trust has been moved to the action agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Director Bankus?
Aye.
Director Carey?
Aye.
Director Hafley?
Aye.
Director Jorgensen?
Aye.
Director Malpacum?
Aye.
Director Nelson?
Aye.
Director Ott?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The agenda has been adopted as presented. Director, we do have executive session today for roughly an hour or so. Director Nelson, can you please make the motion to move into executive session?
I move that the Board of Education convenes into executive session to discuss legal advice per CRS 24-6-4024B, particular matter policy ACA. Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Director Bankus?
Aye.
Director Carey?
Aye.
Director Hafley?
Aye.
Director Jorgensen?
Aye.
Director Malpacum?
Aye.
Director Nelson?
Aye.
Director Ott?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The board will move into executive session and will reconvene here for the rest of the special meeting at roughly 5 p.m. Thank you. Good evening. It's good to see all of you here. Earlier this afternoon, the board adopted the agenda as amended. Resolution 2025-09, the Colorado Springs School District 11 Health and Welfare Trust was moved to the action agenda item. We have returned from executive session and there is no need to modify the agenda. May I please have Eston and William Daniels of Boy Scout Troop 70, and they will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I just talked with both of them, and part of their civic responsibility is to attend some community meetings, and they are fulfilling their obligation by being here today. Welcome. And hopefully you also learn something along the way. It's good to have you here. For those of you who missed the start of the meeting, Superintendent Gall is attending to some family matters today, and he is not available to participate today. As such, we have Chief Resource Officer Dr. Comfort representing Superintendent Gall and the district at the board dais today. Moving on to the action item, Director Bankus, can you please make the motion for action item D1?
I move that the Board of Education approves Resolution 2025-09, the Colorado Springs School District 11 Health and Wellness Trust, to establish a trust and appoint Chief Resource Officer Dr. Brandon Comfort as the trustee, and approves a budget transfer in the amount of $1 to immediately fund the trust.
Moved and seconded. This is new information, Dr. Comfort. As you are the appointed designee for tonight's meeting, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, good evening, Board. Thanks for the opportunity. As Ms. Reigers is coming up to the microphone, I first want to say my appreciation to the Board for being willing to see this item so quickly. It has been a longer than expected and a bit more challenging to dissolve our previous trust, and now we are in the position to open a new trust related to our health and benefits. And so Ms. Reigers will come up and give us more detail about that.
Good evening, Board. Dr. Comfort, thank you so much for having me here this evening. As you are aware, most of you are aware, June 30th of 2023, we dissolved Best Trust, and July 1st of 2023, we had a new contract with Kaiser Permanente as our new health plan vendor as a fully insured plan. When we were self-insured with the trust, we did have funds set aside with the trust that we now need to move over to the district to be used in the benefit of our employees and their dependents for their health plan. And in order to do that, we do have to have a trust set up in the name of the district, and that is what we are asking you for the resolution for this evening.
Okay, anything else you need to add? Board, questions, comments? Director Art.
Thank you. Can you explain just how the trust would work? I mean, first it's going to have the $1, and then all that money will come in, and then what with the trust? And what happens if Dr. Comfort, I don't know, decides that he wants to do something else, but hopefully not for a long time. Don't get the wrong idea. But what if? I'm thinking of what the money will be used for essentially, or does it just sit there? And then the second part is, do we need 2 trustees or?
So we will need to establish a committee that is going to oversee the trust. Mm-hmm. And so nothing with the trust can be done until we have the committee oversight. And our initial thought is that the Benefits Insurance Committee would be a wonderful committee to oversee those funds, and none of the funds can be moved without the oversight and then also from the trustee. So the plan at this point, we are still in the process of working through what that will look like, but we know that the money will sit there and needs to be used for the employee benefits and to benefit the employees, so it can't just be moved for any funds. It would just have to be used for the employees, their dependents, and retirees that are on our health plan.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Director Nelson.
Can you repeat what the total amount of money that is coming over will be?
So at this time, we're waiting on the final financials.
Oh,
so we do
okay.
not have that at the moment, but we will have more information at the end of October once we have the final audited financials.
So will there be something that comes to the board or publicly notified of this is the amount of money? Because right now it just says $1. I'm just wondering for the public to understand this is the process. I'm glad we're doing this tonight, but here's the actual quantity?
Treasurer
Will we ever-
Nelson, if I can jump in real quick, we will bring back to the board the conversation not only of the amount of money, because it will be a lot of money, but also to Director Ott's point, the potential usage of that money. As Director Reiger stated, it is protected for employee benefits, but there are a variety of potential uses related to that, and so we will not have the benefits committee or whoever the committee is who oversees it make that decision in isolation. We will bring it to the board and have a discussion not only on the amount when it is finalized through the audit, which is almost done, but also on its potential use.
And it's one-time money, correct?
It is one-time
is
money.
one-time
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And the fund, it does have to be funded at least $1 in order to open the bank account, and then that's how we get the money transferred over.
Gotcha. All right, thank you. That's all I had.
Any other questions from the board? This has taken a while.
Yes, it
Because
has.
we talked about
We are
this
at the end.
almost a little over a year back. This was year and a half back or something like that, if I recall. And I'm glad that you jumped through the hurdles that are necessary, and we are at this point where we can open this trust and transfer the money from the previous one. Keep us informed as to how much that money is, and then we will figure out how to use it for the purposes that it has been set aside for. Seeing no further questions, roll call, please.
Director Bankus?
Aye.
Director Carey?
Aye.
Director Hafley?
Aye.
Director Jorgensen?
Aye.
Director Malpacum?
Aye.
Director Nelson?
Aye.
Director Ott?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The action item as presented was adopted by the board. That's all we have for the agenda this evening for the special meeting. The board will not have a meeting next week, October 16th, and October 23rd and 30th. We do have possible work sessions, and I will inform the board about the agenda items as we finalize them. Seeing no further business, if there are no objections, this meeting will adjourn at 5:34 p.m.